Welcome to the Lock In Podcast, episode 39 now. Inmates, Jesus, we are flying through. I've got a Strongbow Dark Fruit 2 sitting on my desk, ready to drink, so I hope you've got your drink with you. Drink up and we'll kick this off. Sean, what are you drinking tonight?
I'm drinking San Miguel and everything else.
And everything else. Drinking. I'm glad that you've got a Sammy Mig. It's a nice proper beer.
Yeah, I just realised I'm still going to have to do the whiskey thing. I haven't actually thought that through yet. Should I do it on the... Shall I next drink the whiskey and just record it live on the podcast?
Sure, we'll probably cut out the podcast, but yeah, do it.
Oh, no, I'll do it after the podcast.
We'll do it in between. We'll do it in between our things. So the Lock-In Podcast, Instagram and Facebook has been doing Sean's whiskey drink. If you have not seen it, he's got an advent calendar of whiskey. Been trying them every single day. Very entertaining, actually. I thought they were really, really good. Did we mention it last time? I don't think we've mentioned it since last week.
I think we mentioned it briefly, but I didn't think I didn't know I was going to stick with it, and you went stick with it. I went, all right, and for some reason I was like, Joel's word is gospel. Do not abuse that power. And
yeah. I mean, it is true.
It's not.
It's no, your whiskey is very, very good. It was funny the first couple of episodes. Obviously, you were like getting used to being on camera because you've never done it before, really.
No.
So it's interesting to see, and now you've grown into your own little your own normal sense of humor, which I really like. And I find it really fun to see you record little clips for me.
I still find it weird though. There's still I kind of. It sounds really. I kind of warm up to it first, have a little free trial sessions beforehand. I don't just jump into it dry.
Yeah.
But it's true.
Never want to do that. Lube up first.
Always lube up.
Always.
You know, take it. Trust me. You go in dry once, and it goes horribly wrong.
You're sore for weeks.
Well, you would know. It what happens at Blackpool stays at Blackpool.
Damn right. Brighton was a fun place.
I always say Blackpool and you change it to Brighton every single time. I love that.
Know. You got a gay capital, baby. Actually, we've got to stop bringing up the gays. I think this is what a different viewer mentioned to us. They're like, stop talking about gay people. We say it too often, apparently. Don't know why. It's just in the news a lot. Bring it up.
A friend of mine was like, Sean, I get it, you're not homophobic, but please stop talking about it because you're drunk. And every single time you try to describe, you just dig yourself a bigger hole. It's just stop. Just leave the gay people alone. You shouldn't just go anywhere near them.
So funny. I mean, it does come up. I feel like some podcast, like 3 episodes ago, I think I just was like, I'm gay, like 4 times. It definitely just keeps happening. So I don't know why. I just find it very entertaining. It's in the news a lot.
Yeah. Being gay is entertaining.
Yeah, no, but saying that I am, or mentioning it as in news stories. Don't try and twist my words. Run.
So, shall we just go back to hating countries?
Yeah, exactly. Hating countries,
cool.
Fine. You know what I was saying just before this podcast, actually? I've just remembered what the news story was. Last week, and we've mentioned this in previous podcasts, the boxing has become a huge sport again. Absolutely enormous thanks to social media and YouTubers joining in. What's actually now happened is that Logan Paul has been confirmed
He's gonna die.
to fight Floyd Mayweather, the 50-0 best boxer in the world, in an exhibition match next February 2021.
He was the best boxer in the world. He's no longer. He's coming out. It's coming out of retirement, isn't he? He's not the best boxer in the world.
He hasn't fought in like 4 years or something. And the last fight he fought was with Conor McGregor.
I mean,
which wasn't a boxer.
Thing is, Logan Paul, he's going to lose the fight. Hands down. He's not going to win. But the fact that this is even happening is a victory. That all he has to do is not. All he has to do is either not die or get severe brain damage, and he's set.
Won.
He has one life.
Yeah. No, I mean, can't imagine the purse both of these people are getting.
Oh yeah. I mean,
the money.
thing that's amazing. Has Logan Paul played like 5 matches and he's lost 4 and won 1 or something stupid? I feel like I don't know for a fact he's lost more than he's won.
He has had one professional boxing match and one white collar boxing match, and drew one and lost one.
Well, yeah.
He
And
doesn't
he's now
have a
playing.
victory.
Yeah,
He's never
right.
won a boxing match.
Right, this is the thing. He hasn't won. Okay, so I was wrong. It's even worse. He hasn't actually won a boxing match, and he's taking
Never.
someone who's actually undefeated.
Yeah,
In 50
undefeated in
match-
professional boxing.
It's like. Also, I like.
Insane.
The other thing as well I find really funny. Everyone just goes like, he's a champion in multiple weights. He's done this. He's does that, and right at the end, they always end. And a bronze medal in the Olympics, as if like
Yeah.
it's just like a little token thing at this point. It's like because if
Yeah.
it's silver, it's impressive. You mean you got to the final. Bronze is literally just like, okay, well done.
You won the losers fight.
You won the you literally won the losers fight. I literally feel like every single time the people announce it on the radio on a couple of times I've heard it, I feel like his mum is literally in the background and goes like, and his bronze medal.
Don't forget, that's what she's proudest of. I mean, it's funny because I want to berate people with bronze medals now, but literally, it's still one of the greatest sporting achievements you could ever imagine. But Floyd Mayweather's actual boxing career is dwarfed.
Yeah. No. Let's belittle people with bronze medals, but the same token,
Yeah,
man,
pathetic.
we can never, ever get a bronze medal in anything to do with the Olympics ever. Like,
Yeah.
there's no chance.
What is didn't the Winklevoss twins get a bronze medal in rowing? You know, the people that Mark Zuckerberg stole Facebook from. They became rowers and got a bronze medal in American for America in rowing, I believe. Very weird story that.
That's a weird turnout of events. I could just mention like, yeah, we got bronze medals. We're like, A, it's bronze, and I own Facebook. Get out.
Yeah, I think they sued him for a lot of money, so I think they're very rich as well. I think they're daddy's money first anyway, so they're very well off,
I
and
don't know
now
anything
bronze
about that.
medalists. Huh?
I don't know anything about whether
The
or not they're rich.
Winklevoss twins.
No. Imagine your last name being Winkle.
Yeah, it's not great, is it? That's not great.
That's just bootying right there, isn't it? It's
Mm.
just, I might as well just call them wiener and penis. I mean,
I think,
just be done with it.
Yeah, I think rich people can get away with calling their children weird names because at least they
No.
can pay for the therapy.
No. That's what I was gonna say famous people can get away with it. Well, so far.
Yeah,
To get away with it. I'm pretty certain that when these kids grow up and they're not as successful and famous as their parents, they will change their name to something more sensible.
yeah,
Because you can't be called Apple and not be a rock star. It's the only way you can. You have to be someone like a rock star, a musician, or some weird eccentric thing to get away with a name called Apple or Sky or Trulip. Because
I know someone called Ocean and someone called Atlanta, and they're both daughters of a famous music artist.
that makes sense. But the same token,
I don't know what they're doing now, to be honest. I feel like they might just be in regular jobs. Imagine being like your barista at Starbucks being called Ocean.
this is a weird, imagine this becomes like the norm, like and literally like when we're 80 and everything else, we just walk around and everyone's like, "What's your name?" Ocean, Sky, Manhole cover.
I like that one. I want to call my kid Cloud now. I'm just thinking about it. That's like Final Fantasy, isn't it? Cloud's a sick name.
I reckon Cloud's actually a real name thanks to Final Fantasy.
Yeah. Oh, what about Nimbus? Oh, Nimbus is such a cool name.
I'm
gonna call my kid
broomstick. You're gonna after a fucking broomstick.
Oh no, after the Cloud Formation. But yeah, also the Nimbus 2000. I forgot about that. Cloud Formation, like Cumulonimbus. That's where it's known from.
See, it's almost as bad because I was almost called Buzz after Buzz Aldrin, but it's just
That would have been great.
But just as well, my parents didn't do that because it's I think earlier that year, Toy Story came out and Buzz Lightyear was the thing, and it was the biggest thing ever, and it was like, man, thank you. That was that dodged a bullet.
Well, I was almost called Acer. It's the Irish spelt way, ASA. But also, everyone will know it as Acer Computers, ACER. So I'm glad I wasn't called that either.
I know, exactly.
Imagine.
I was also almost called Rex. Because I thought
Really?
Rex Blackwell sounded cool. Which, judging by my exception with dinosaurs, was probably another bullet dodged.
Yeah. Imagine being called like Stego. Or like Try. That'd be so good. I'd love like another dodgy one.
I know there was a footballer whose last name was whose last name was Nil,
Yeah,
and he named his son Juan, so it's Juan Nil,
that's fantastic.
and it's
That
like
is fantastic.
just bravo there, just
Yeah. I actually knew a kid in my school called Harry Potter.
he was actually called Harry Potter.
100%. His name was actually
He
Harry
wasn't
Potter.
doing this thing like he identifies as Harry Potter and he's just that's what he wants to be called. He was actually called Harry Potter.
He looked nothing like him. He was fat with black hair, and he was still white. But he was called Harry Potter. But think about it though, Harry Potter wasn't famous when we were born. I think he was like 2 years below me.
That's a
Harry
good
Potter
point.
wasn't done. Yeah, I think it's just a series of unfortunate events
Yeah,
becoming
and
an enormous worldwide phenomenon.
And in all fairness, Potter's a very common name, and so is
Yeah.
Harry. So that's entirely possible.
Yeah, so I went to school with a kid called Harry Potter.
The other thing I saw on TV, there's someone like I actually can't remember what the hell it was. It was some arty thing. So like, and she was kind of an older woman. She was definitely in her 30s. She was like, and this is Hermione. I'm like, that's no. That's definitely 100% a made up name. There's no, you changed your name to Hermione. There's no way you was born with that name. That's a load of bull.
Very normalised since Harry Potter.
It's like, yes, my name's Hermione. He's like, no, it's not.
Yeah.
It's not. It just isn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, that you gave
You're
you.
lying.
I do not accept your name.
I'm calling Cap. Just call him out straight away.
You know what? I'm going to call you Susan. My name's not Susan. It is now. It's
Show me the birth certificate. Start trumping him like Obama. Show me the birth certificate and no dice.
Imagine meeting someone like, hi, my name's Sean. No, it's not. But what? No, that's not your name. But it is. No, it's not. Your name's Jack. I'm going to call you Jack. But my name's no, it's Jack. Shut up. It's Jack. You hear me? If you want to eat in this restaurant, your name's Jack from now on. You got me?
That's so funny. I remember I used to do that to people. I used to be so bad with memorising names, I would call them different names. And they just had to suck it up.
I got a really bad female story.
Uh-huh.
I got a really bad female story.
Oh, go on.
To do with names.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, do it.
I once dated a Spanish girl.
Yeah.
And I was terrible remembering names like you, so I used to give people nicknames. Sometimes nicknames never, but after a while, I would generally learn how to say the name, mainly through Google, and just reading it a number of times and everything else. Problem is that I couldn't get my hands on. A, I was a little bit lazy, and B, I can't read Spanish, and she has a Spanish name, so but it read like Cornetto, so I just called her my little Cornetto. And it worked for about 6 months until she said, so what's my name? Because someone pointed out the fact that I actually never use her name. And that ended then it ended very quickly because I was like,
Cornelius.
Potts.
I was like, what's the closest name to Cornetto?
The thing is, I somehow, don't ask me how, I actually somehow stayed friends after that mess. Yeah, I know. I don't know how I managed to achieve that. I think actually.
So you were seeing her for 6 months?
Seeing her for 6 months, not used her real name. At that point, if you actually ask me, can you actually ask me what her name was? I mean, admittedly, I was 14, 15. So I can claim that I was young and stupid card, right? I can play that card still. Sweet.
Yeah.
I was young and stupid and foolish teenage boy. I actually do know her name now. It's Colotra or something like that. It does sound like Cornetto. I know it now. It's Colotra or something. So actually, I still don't know.
I know it now. Don't really know it still though. Good effort, mate.
Well, if that friendship wasn't dead already after saying this story, it definitely is now.
Cheers to Colothacla. It's lovely to hear from you. You're having a great life.
The other thing as well, like, although I don't look it, I have a very English family. Even though I don't look very English, as many people like to point out, I don't anyway. But when I kind of bring home a foreign person with a very foreign name, I was going to say foreign, they have a very foreign name, they have a Spanish name or Greek name and everything else. My mum, sorry mum, but you are coming up, cannot pronounce it. She's usually the person who's like, so how do you say it? Flavia? No. Flavia? Savia? No, there's no S. Where'd you get the S from? It's this. Literally, like she just can't say it. She's
Just
like
butchers it.
every single
Like,
time.
cutting that up.
It's literally like
That's so good.
every single. So what's her name? Megami. Megami? No. Why did you put a B there? Why?
Damn, I love that.
So she's like, I just call her by middle name. No, that's more difficult.
Just say my little cornetto. And it's fun. That's all it has to be. So, I've set myself a challenge, by the way, mate. Not for the end of the day, but for next week. My plan is to do something that I've never done once a week from now on, and I want to try and continue that from all of 2020.
Yeah,
No,
talk to me.
2021.
Talk to me.
So I don't know. Literally, I haven't planned anything yet. I just every week, just to like get out of a rut, like to get something like exciting going. I just want to try something new once a week, whatever it could be. It could be climbing a tree in a suit. I don't know. I just thought I
I
wanted to do
generally
something
feel
different.
this was the idea or the pitch for the film Yes Man.
Pog. So true, and also
You
great
have
film.
literally become Jim Carrey.
Yes.
I mean, that's a compliment and a
Ours.
half.
Yeah, I fully take that. And it's a great film, and it works out really well for him. And he gets on a moped, and he falls in love. You know,
Yeah.
yeah.
And he learns
almost
Korean.
has sex with a granny, and then it's just a bit weird at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But he does learn Korean.
does learn Korean, kind of pog as well.
And learn to play the guitar.
Yeah, he does a bunch of stuff, and he owns and he leases out a Ducati. And it's the only reason I know what a Ducati is. Because it's a
Really?
cool motorbike. And now when I see one, I always think of that film. Especially on the motorway. I'm like, damn, that's a fast bike. And I know that. Someone took a lease out in Jim Carrey's bank.
I like that. I like that's the only thing you know. It's like, bikes. I know this one brand.
Yes.
I'm cool. I can hang.
Ducati.
I can hang out with all the biker gangs in I'll say London. London doesn't have any biker gangs. I think that's the most like un-English thing in the world. Like, we have mopeds.
No, we get biker groups. Like in High Beach, there's a biker gang.
No, they're not a biker gang. They're a bunch of old guys who have nice bikes who meet up for a coffee. In America, no. I'm talking about like America
that a biker
or
gang?
no, that's not a biker gang. Have you not? No,
They eat like meat pies. They have coffee like every weekend.
No, it's just a bunch of like people going like, "Oh, hello, Jim. How's your weekend been? Oh, it's been terrific." It's not. That's not it. Biker gangs in
Yeah.
that.
They
No,
ride their bikes around.
that's not a biker gang. That's a biking social thing.
Yeah.
In America, no, a biking gang. Have you not seen like wild? Oh god, I can't believe I said that. Have you seen like wild hogs and stuff like that? Like like biking gangs in America and Australia.
I presume you're not just saying the animal wild hogs. I presume this is a gang.
Wild Hogs is a film. It's a terrible comedy
Oh, a
film,
film.
but
Okay.
kind of half takes the mick out of the biker gangs.
Okay.
But yeah, it's like they're just gangs who ride around bikes and do. I don't know. I actually have no idea what they do. Are they like Are they like the American version of pikeys, but they have motorbikes instead of caravans? In which case, you're going by the whole that thing pretty well, because I would no offense against pikeys, but caravans suck.
Caravans do suck. But biker gang, like, so you're saying it's like an actual gang, like people like beat people up.
I think so.
Ah.
I mean,
like shakedowns with the gang and the money and the bike. I know what gangs are. just saying words. Hot topic words.
Are you just saying like? Are you wanting the Wild West film or something and be like, haha, yes, showdown.
Yeah, showdown.
This
Boot of car.
This is
gun.
two people lined up at either end of like, I don't know, the highway with like pistols. Like, are you ready, Jim?
Yeah, people joust on motorbikes, don't they? They get a big spear, drive at each other real quick.
Now, I would pay good money. That should be Olympic sport.
That should be an Olympic sport.
I mean,
what you need actually is chicken jousting. So one person sits on the other person's shoulders while they have a spear, and one person drives the motorbike. That's what I want to see.
That's pretty dope.
Less balance.
I do know when the Olympics first restarted and everything else, that dueling was part of the event, like pistol dueling, but it wasn't at people. It wasn't at people, which is actually rather disappointing. I mean, I'm disappointed with that.
Just like a dummy, it's like a quick draw.
Yeah, basically, it's basically a quick draw event, and I don't know, you timed and judged and this, but there was an event where people basically wore like body armor and stuff as a trial run, and they actually shot at each other, and I was like, that is cool.
Very cool. Imagine volunteering for that. I mean, I would right now, but that's because I want to die.
Do you know what? They tried it out to get more crowds at the Olympics, and no one turned up to see that.
What?
If you put it now, so it's like two guys get shoot each other in body armor. People are like, mate, I can't wait to see this go wrong.
Yeah. Especially, did you ever hear about the guy in America that was like, I want to test how strong my Desert Eagle is, and the other guy held up 2 Bibles in front of his chest and was like, yeah, shoot me.
I wonder how that ended, John.
It went straight through the Bibles and the man died. Obviously.
See. All right, sorry for that. Something happened with my mic, so I'm going to carry on. What was I talking about? Oh, yeah. I actually have no idea what the hell we were talking about.
Dueling. Oh, someone shot someone with the Desert Eagle in the chest.
Right, there we go. If there ever was like an advert or thing to say that America, you kind of need to look at your gun laws a little bit. I'm not saying ban guns. I'm saying you might need to look at them and think about, just a little bit. That's it.
Does a man that thinks 2 Bibles is going to stop a bullet, should he own a Desert Eagle? The answer is no. Let's just clearly state that.
Yeah.
I feel like you should just be like, all right, what do you aim at? Sheet metal only and intruders of your house. If it's not that, don't shoot the gun. Like, surely that's a basic.
Yeah.
Basic term.
Yeah, I mean, I generally feel, if we're going to talk about this, I would want to point out we're British. We have no idea what it's like in America. So, Americans, if you're listening, boom, that's a disclaimer. We don't know what the fuck we're talking about. We're foreigners, so you can use that against us in the comment section below. And I want to hear it. I want you to tell us that we're trash because we're British and we don't have guns.
Also, we're definitely correct because we're British, though, and we invented the language, so suck it up.
Correct, Joel.
I didn't want to be too nice to him, mate. I just couldn't have that.
Fair enough. I like that. I dispec it.
Disrespect it.
Hey, look, it's our language. I can make up words. They can't. That's the rule.
Yeah. That's so true. I feel like we do. Listen to grime. And
the word "dole" and "meh" didn't exist until the Oxford Dictionary put it in. That means it was just bollocks until Britain said, "Okay, it's part of our language." That's how it works.
100%. We decide that youthquake's a word. No one's ever going to use it, but the Oxford Dictionary says it is. So suck it up.
Anyway, guns. Yeah, America needs to sort guns out. This is the thing. Guns are designed to do one thing and one thing only, which is to take life. And like anyone who says it was designed for hunting and everything else, bollocks. It's designed to take out life. The fact that it also happened to be good at killing things that people want to eat was as a bonus. It was like, man, this is really good at killing humans. Oh look, and it's really good at killing deer too. Who knew? It was a bonus. I mean, yeah. It was generally anyone says it was not designed for like killing humans is just lying out their fat ass. And I get the argument that one of our friends will be listening to this will say like guns do not equal crime. No, but it would stop gun related crime, which is it would gun related crime will go down. If you make guns harder to get, it will generally go down, and
100%.
It also will make a lot of crimes harder to commit.
Yes.
And
I feel like we have less robberies. I mean, obviously, on a scale, I reckon we have less robberies than America does. Because it's just easier to rob somewhere.
Well, if someone pointed a gun at you, it's pretty convincing to give you a shit.
Yeah, I think I'd hand it over pretty quick. I'd be like, yeah, go on then, mate.
Yeah, it's like, give me your money. Sure. I mean, do you want to roger me at the same time? I mean, anything. I mean, I don't really care. Which either way, it's I want to live.
It depends what mood I'm in, though. I feel like if I'm feeling a bit,
if you're having a bad day, then maybe
I'm like,
not.
just do it, mate. I'm not giving you my stuff. Go on.
Shoot me. What are you gonna do? Shoot me?
Yeah, what are you gonna do?
You can't. Jokes on you. I don't carry cash. I only have a credit card. If you shoot me, you can't have the pin.
And what are you gonna do? Contactless 45 quid like a few times? Get out of here.
What are you gonna do? Kidnap me and torture me? Oh wait.
Damn. And they got my phone. Damn it. They didn't want to leak them nudes.
Yeah. But I mean, it's. The thing is, as well, is that America does have wild animals that we don't have here. They have, they have wolves.
True.
They do have big cats, and they do have some, and they do actually have things that may actually eat a human instead of a fox that may just, I don't know,
poo on your lawn.
It'll poo on your lawn and maybe give you a nasty slap.
On your loo. You shouldn't be in your house, mate.
It's just there with a newspaper going, "Excuse me, do you mind?
I can't reach the lock. Please knock next time."
So rude.
Love that.
Yeah, it's they actually have. So I understand if you're on the countryside, if you live in the countryside, you have a legit argument for a firearm that I can't argue against.
Yeah, like bears and mountain lions.
Yeah.
If one came at you, you'd want a gun on you.
Well, put it this way, one of my biggest dreams is to go on a ranch holiday in America, and on a horseback, pretend I'm Clint Eastwood in a cowboy film because I'm sad.
Yeah.
And sure, it'd be great. But if someone there was for a minute went, "Oh, by the way, we get like grizzly bears in this area. Do you want to take a gun with you?" I'm like, "Do I want to take a gun? Yes."
Yeah, of course I do.
Death comes to all of us in the end, but I don't really want to face it by beaten by the jaws of a grizzly bear. I'm quite happy to shoot a bear and be like, "Oh well, never mind."
Yeah, and then you'd cut it open and you put all its guts out and you'd cuddle inside of it for warmth.
Well, no, I'm not Leonardo da Vinci.
Right?
I'm not Leonardo da Vinci. Leonardo DiCaprio even.
Oh, I just meant for this. Would you not do that though?
No, I'm not Bear Grylls or trying to win an Oscar, so no.
But like, just for the experience.
Joel, is everything okay at home, mate, buddy?
Just like to say that you've done it, it's one of those American home time things. I feel like every American's done it once in their life.
No.
Right?
No.
Is that not how it goes?
No.
Have I been watching The Revenant one too many times?
Yes, definitely.
I don't think I've actually ever seen it. I just know that's the scene.
That is the scene, and he eats apparently he had to eat like a real bear liver or something stupid, and he's a vegetarian.
Oh, didn't he climb inside a horse actually? Didn't his horse die? He climbed inside the horse.
I don't know. I think it was a bear. I think he killed a bear. Or he climbed in someone, and then ate something, and people were like, "Oh my god, he deserves an Oscar." And then Hollywood was like, "All right, then we'll give him an Oscar."
Yeah, we'll finally give him an Oscar then. Go on, Leo.
We better keep the people happy, otherwise they won't go and see us film. So
Yeah. At least you're white, otherwise he wouldn't give it to you.
I mean, you're lucky. I mean, if you were Jewish, it will give you more of a reason for us to give it to you. But you're not. You're just white. So there we go.
Yeah. Otherwise you'd have had it years ago. It's ridiculous. Yeah. The Oscars, man. Every year it's so dumb.
You would have got it for Titanic, hands down.
Yeah.
Jack Rose.
I like the. Yeah. Sorry, I was going to say, I think the Oscars I'm glad they're changing. That's all I can say. Jesus Christ.
Yes and no. I mean, at the same token, look, I agree that there needs to be more diversity in it and stuff like that. But at the same token, I don't feel lowering the bar of what a film should. I don't think that's the way it is and everything, the way it's going. But it feels like it's a very easy step to go. Like, we just lower the quality of what we accept is Oscar worthy. So, no, you pick the best film. If the best film, if the best films are not having diverse people in the roles, then it's about the people who are producing the film. You should aim at the producers, not Hollywood giving the award.
Great point. Well made, actually. And they have taken steps to do that. So to try and because actually Oscar-worthy films actually have to include diversity now. There's like 5 factors or something that they have to tick 3 of them for.
I mean, that's again. That is again. That is.
And I think that's quite cool. I think that's good enough.
I mean,
a good start.
To a certain extent, I agree, but at the same token, there's a right way to do diversity and a wrong way to do diversity. I mean, for ages there was like in Hollywood you got to have a black person in a film. I think it was a rule at one point.
Really?
And then it became like on the token black guy that dies halfway through the movie. It's like, okay, I mean, there's a right way to do. If you want to do diversity the right way, you gotta actually you got to put time and effort. You got to make an interesting, well-rounded character and everything else, which is a big problem with a lot of movies. Is that they're just a lot of them are jumping on the cash grab and just want, hey, you know what, this woke people want movies with more diversity. Let's just give a film with a bunch of blank ass, boring ass characters who happen to fit that ticket, and people will buy money. And if people say it's trash, we'll just call them bigots. It's like, well, no, the movie's trash. The movie's trash. Congratulations for being more diverse, but could you make the characters more interesting, at least?
Yeah, I think I'm just thinking about it. So I don't know how this worked then, because the Oscar winner of Best Film last year was Parasite, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And there is so few characters in that. I don't know how it met the diversity quota.
I don't think it was in last year. I think it's in.
Maybe the rules weren't set. And actually, just thinking about that is a huge shame if that would ever be a phenomenal film, all set in South Korea. Everyone's Asian. Everyone is South Korean. It would be a massive shame if that would not be nominated for an Oscar because of diversity quota. Thinking about it, because it's phenomenal.
I don't think it would.
I'm not sure
Shawshank Redemption would. I don't think Forrest Gump would. I don't think The Martian would.
No, I mean things like
Forrest Gump might will. It's such
Forrest Gump.
It's such a diverse cast and bizarre story. It probably would do, but I mean, there's
and main characters of female and male or of all color. Yeah, I think Forrest Gump.
Yeah. Lord of the Rings definitely wouldn't. I mean, they had a white guy die and he came back to life more white, so that's definitely a nope. It's huge, like, no Oscar for you anymore.
Did they win an Oscar? Did Lord of the Rings win an Oscar?
Yeah, I think Return of the King won an Oscar, which is actually my favourite. So,
fair, probably the best.
I think that won an Oscar for special effects, and I think it won an Oscar for. I'm not sure it won Best Motion Picture. I actually don't know. That's generally one of the big ones. I know Lord of the Rings did win a bunch of Oscars, so.
Did it? Okay, I can just check. Really easy. Oh, mate. Oh, yeah. Best visual effects, best original score, best cinematography, best makeup and hairstyling, best. This one. Everything else was a nominee.
All right.
4 Oscars. Pretty good.
Well, yeah.
Lord of the Rings. Oh, that was Fellowship of the Ring. But whatever. Clearly that one.
Yeah. Well, it's the thing. Is that Hollywood doesn't. Hollywood has a. They will say they don't have a agenda, but they do have a agenda against, let's say, fantasy films and superhero films. The fact that people almost have to die or go like to extreme lengths to be nominated.
Yeah, but I also agree that they're not perfect cinematography.
No. I agree that not all of, like, let's be honest, the MCU. I think Avengers. I think the Avengers deserves a nod in cinema because it's such an achievement. It's something that's never been done before, by no means. But I think
the nod that it gets there is the money it earned.
But I mean,
I don't think it needs more. It doesn't deserve.
I'll also argue Black Panther does definitely at least deserves. At least I think it did get a nomination in the end, but I think it definitely deserved a nomination because it was. I don't want to sound across racist, but it was the first black movie that was appealed to all audiences. It didn't matter. Yeah. It wasn't an audience that was just.
It was actually won 3 Oscars, by the way.
Well, Black Panther.
I don't know where you were going.
Well, Black Panther.
But Black Panther actually.
I had no. I wasn't. I didn't know how to finish that, but it was. There's not many. It was. Honestly, I don't know. I don't know how many black movies there actually are. People said it was a black movie. I mean, is it? I didn't know movies had a color. To be perfectly honest, but I mean, and there wasn't. That's not just me being stupid. But that's not just me being stupid. Like, it's a movie. It has people in it. I understand.
The cast was predominantly black, but I don't know what you're. Well, I maybe I'm being ignorant. I didn't know there were films that maybe resonate with black culture way more.
I think there maybe, but it probably is. But I mean, it was the first movie with. It was a big milestone because a lot of people went to see it. Put it that way.
Enormous. It broke a lot of records. It did amazing.
It's also it's also a really good movie.
It's a very good film.
It's a brilliant film.
I think. In all honesty, when I went to see it, I think the hype was way too much for it. People were saying it was the next Godfather, the next Shawshank Redemption.
See,
it's a brilliant superhero.
It's not the next Godfather.
And that's all it is, though. It's just a superhero film, and that's what I'm saying is the difference in the other.
Well,
bit. They don't deserve Oscars.
It does
in
have,
the way that Godfather does, or The Shawshank does.
It does have one interesting thing. It does touch on the slavery thing, and it does touch on certain things, on certain cultural things, and everything else in a very smart and clever way.
That's other films do it way better.
Yeah, it's also like I think if we look at the MCU as a total, I think probably the most Oscar-worthy film out of the lot, that in terms of what they tackle with and everything else, will be The Winter Soldier, because it's about espionage and the media and spy people and the government, and the way the themes in it worthy. But it just happens to have a makeup of a superhero film.
I see what you're saying, but it's basically just a good action film. Again, do action films that talk about espionage, sort of like Phone Booth?
Maybe. But
Memento,
what makes that differently?
Oscars?
What makes that different to The Dark Knight?
The Dark Knight.
I mean,
very good point.
You know, I mean,
I think Dark Knight just struck.
Or Gladiator.
Nerve
I
somehow.
mean, if we want to talk about Gladiator, won film for Best Actor and I think Best Picture, and that is just one. That's fantastic.
In it
I mean,
it's phenomenal.
I'm not saying it's bad. I fucking love that film.
Yeah.
But again, it's just an action movie. It's just a fun. Do you know what it was as well? That film, when they were making it and everything else, they actually said that it started off going like, "Hey, let's make a fun action movie, but let's do it with a twist." Literally, that's how it started. Let's make a fun action movie, and they went on this weird, serious track. And literally, they're like, there was no script for like. They walked up to work one day and they were like going, "Hey, do you want to be really good if we just chopped off the heads? All right, how many heads have we got? We got these many heads. All right, let's just chop all the heads off and everything else." It was just that's how the film was won. That's how the film was made and everything else. And then they got like Oscar nominated, and Russell Crowe was going like, "Mate, I'm not going to win an Oscar. It's bollocks." And then he won it. And it was like.
I think it's just when it captures our hearts, or when you feel so passionately about an actor, or when you resonate with them, it's then an Oscar-worthy performance. You know, I think that's it. Sometimes it is just when everyone feels something about it.
I will fully admit, when I first watched it, I mean, when it first came out, I must have been pretty young.
Oh, mate, it was out before we were born, wasn't it?
No, it wasn't.
When was Gladiator out? When did Gladiator release?
But when it first came out. And
it was 2000.
Okay, so I was 6. Yeah, so when I first watched it and I was 6, I watched it. And
I thought it was even older than that.
You could trust my parents. I watched Gladiator when I was 6 years old. Hey,
15. It's a 3-hour film. Jesus Christ.
Huh?
It's a 3-hour film.
Yeah, I watched it all the way through and everything else, and I cried at the end.
Damn. No wonder you were just terrified by the heads being cut off. Man.
No, I didn't. No, because I wanted the guy to die, but so he could be with his family. But I didn't want him to die because I liked him.
Yeah, and I mean that's great. I think there's like films like Joker as well. Did Joaquin Phoenix win Best Actor?
I think he won Best Actor for that.
You can see why the performance
is brilliant.
It's home. Plus, and emotional.
I would say Joker is probably the closest. I will say Joker, and I actually would say Logan, the last Wolverine film, was probably the two films in the world of superhero films that were so close to being Oscar-ish films.
Yeah,
because they didn't tackle.
It took a much darker turn and a much more gritty feel, and you could feel more related to it.
Yeah, but it's been truthful and gritty, and then it's what the thing's about. Like Logan was, I think Logan's just about getting old and getting grumpy and old and dying and everything else. It's not exactly a happy subject, but it's something that you have to face at some point.
Yeah.
And mental health, and Joker's clearly about mental health, and and it's a thing that
and society in general.
And it's a thing that most people don't want to look at and really think about in that way. It's a very dark way of seeing the world and everything else. People don't want to see that. Great film, though.
Phenomenally done, and I think Joaquin Phoenix especially deserves so much praise for that role. Watching
he's a great actor, man.
Look healthier and healthier the more that he disregards society's thought of him. I think that's small bits that you don't notice.
I mean, I also like...
And it's just amazing.
Yeah, I also like the fact that everyone it's just sound really weird because I mentioned this before. The one thing I did realize that from a story perspective, everyone who wronged, who did something bad and everything else, died. Like the people who were harassing the woman died. The people who treated Joker badly died. The people who did this died. Everyone who was everyone like the guy who mocked him on TV, which is a wrong thing to do, died. Everyone who inversely did wrong and did a bad thing in the film got killed off.
Yeah.
I mean, people can argue that Joker's a bad person. So it should happen to him, but he is, because the story is about him. He is the hero, so he won't die.
Well, he's the antagonist, and I fully agree. It's everyone that wronged Joker, and then it shows, oh, they died because they wronged him. But then it shows, did these people deserve to die?
Well, no, that is
this
the question.
Psychopath.
No,
and that's the whole point.
That's the whole point.
Great. Yeah. And I think it's brilliant. I think, well, we've spoken a lot about films. Jesus Christ. Phenomenal films overall.
Wow.
I don't know how we even jumped onto this subject. Jesus.
How did we get
do you want to brush over anything else before we wrap up?
I've got nothing.
We're wrapping up to 40 minutes now.
I've got nothing apart from the fact I'm going to smash you on Fantasy League.
Oh, you're just not. We're not bringing it up on this podcast. I'm gonna hammer him home, and I am winning. Who's number one? Wait, sorry. Who's number one?
Yeah, but I had a problem last week. I had two problems last week, and the fact that you did not.
I don't want to hear it.
You are number one, but how many points behind are you? Oh, wait a minute. You're only...
Like 7?
You're 4 points behind.
Like oh, you're 4?
Only 4.
It's not much.
Yeah, judging the point that most of my main players weren't playing due to the fact that due to COVID, and I had to take a 4-point hit because of that. And I captained the wrong captain. You should have scored hugely. So,
I mean, I just think no excuses. Everyone makes mistakes. I've had a bad week.
No.
Suck it up, mate.
No. You're ahead of me, so I can't say anything. But you.
The fun thing is, I'm going to cut all of this so it just says you're in first place, you're ahead of me, and then I'm just going to leave it like that.
That's because you're scum.
Yeah,
that's it.
And I'm going to end it and be like, thank you, Sean. And I'm going to leave those clips in, and then it will end the podcast.
That's it. No sex for you, Joel.
No.
You're sleeping on the couch tonight.
Not again. All right. Well, it's been an absolute pleasure. As we said, we've been putting a lot more work into our social medias, so please do check out the Lock In Podcast on Instagram and Facebook. The links are always in the description. We thank you all so much for listening. We've fixed the audio issues, if you couldn't tell, and sorry about that last week. It won't
watch me
again.
drink whiskey on Facebook or Instagram.
Watch us drink whiskey. We're there a lot, and thank you so much for listening. Finish up your drinks right now. Cheers. We like to drink with our listeners. Our listeners are our mates. Finish it up. I'm not going to sing the rest of the song. Just finish it now.
Yeah.
See you later.
And everything else.
Bye.